Hi, this is Paul Palmer. Today I want to talk to you about training and your own career development. How do you know that you're getting the right training, the training that you need? How do you know when you sign up for a course it's going to deliver the quality, the standards that you're looking for? Well, you can ask other people that have been on the training. Maybe they've experienced it and they've found it's really good. On the other hand, maybe they had a problem with some of it and you need to make sure that's been addressed. Maybe the training doesn't meet your requirements, but you don't know. I remember sending a couple of my colleagues that were working for me on to a training course to enhance their meeting skills. But unfortunately, the area that they were lacking wasn't covered in the training that had been identified. Another side of it is, well, maybe you need to plan your own training, your own education, your own skills development, do some gap analysis. Maybe a company will sponsor you to do some training, but maybe it doesn't go as far as you want it to go. Maybe the training that you want to get requires several courses to be put together. Well, it's always good to be mindful of any personal development. Make sure that the training that you're signing up for is going to deliver what you need. Because you don't want to be going to some sort of training course that's costing you hundreds, thousands, or the cheapest version just because you can afford it. Maybe the cheapest one is a duplicate of what you've already done. This happens just as much in education. Maybe you go and you've got your A levels, but you do a low level, I think it's called a HND, but a level 2 MVQ. But then when you finished it, you say, well, actually, that's the same qualification that I did 2 years ago. And I've done it in the same subject, so why did I bother? Then you can go to bespoke training. Maybe somebody comes on site and does the training that you're asking for. Maybe they develop it specifically for you, to your specifications. Now that's when you're going to benefit. But what does it mean? Well, you've done your own personal development, you've got the training, you've developed in the way that you want to, and they've done a bespoke certificate for that training that you've completed. But is it what you need? Well, if you're looking at it for career development, you probably want something that's got a recognized backup behind the qualification. Probably a university or some sort of educational establishment. Maybe you've got somewhere that's doing CPD points, continuing professional development, and they're registered with that company, and then the certificate's recognized. Is quite a common one for auditors, for example. Or you might be linking it to a specific university, maybe the University of Brighton. I know they don't do them anymore, and really that's why I've chosen them, because they don't do the pharmaceutical training anymore, so I'm probably not going to get into trouble by mentioning them. But there's a lot of different choices, a lot of different places you can go. So how do you choose which one's right? Well, I suggest you talk to the people, talk to the tutors that are actually delivering the training. Make sure you know what their scope and their expectations are. Talk to the people that have attended. Get some referrals, some references. If you don't know anybody that's been there, look on LinkedIn. There's quite a few people that actually put their educational qualifications on there, and often it's with the university listed, so that could be the same course that you're planning on taking. And then look at whether you need to pay for it, or whether it's one that's sponsored by the government, or maybe the company that you work for will sponsor you. If it's going to get a benefit to them, often you find that they'll sponsor you to do the training. And then at the end of the training, maybe you have to stay with them for 2 years. But you've got the training, you've got the development. If you've achieved your goals, why not do what they need for you? What they need you to do for them, sorry. That's how I did most of my training. I got the companies I was working for to pay for it. I delivered what they wanted in the meantime while I was still doing the training. And they paid my expenses, they paid my course fees. I applied the knowledge, which actually benefited me just as much as it did them. So that's it for me for today. Make sure you consider, when you're looking at training, make sure it's not just the name that you go for, make sure it's actually going to deliver what you need. get the best approach to it by getting somebody to fund it if you can. And don't just take the cheapest one because you can afford it, because it may be that that one doesn't actually deliver what you need. So that's it for me for today. It's Paul Palmer. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.